Hello, everybody. Let's get some messages from your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Ooh, one just popped out immediately. So let's see what it says. We've got, dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. Listen, we're not supposed to have what other people have, okay? So that's why, what is it? Don't covet what other people have or something like that. At the end of the day, you have exactly what it is that you're supposed to have and nothing more, nothing less, okay? Wow, what do we got here? We got 3 cards that just flew out, just like that card. Like they already know what they want to say. So here we go. We've got this victim mentality, and we've got deception, and we've got loving woman. Those are the 3 cards that just came out. Victim mentality, feeling locked, feeling chained, deception, and then you've got this loving woman over here. This loving woman is like oblivious. Bottom of the deck, let's see. Increase. Ooh, increase. I like that. Cycle. There's an increase cycle. You know what? It's like whenever you're about ready to level up, that's when other people come in and want to pull you off track. Listen, I really feel like this loving woman is someone who has always wore her heart on her sleeve. She's been through her fair share of tumultuousness. She's been through her fair share of, life just bringing her down. And people coming in, trying to deceive her. People coming in. We do have 2 7s here. People coming in, trying to pull her off track. You know why? Because she's leveling up. I feel like you're leveling up. Whoever this is that I'm tapped into today is leveling up. I feel like you've been through a lot. I feel like you've been through, and it's your time. I see that here. It's your time. It was only a matter of time. Sometimes you feel that you can't get through it. And maybe for some of you, this loving woman is someone who's going to help you through this, or has helped you through this, has helped you see through this. Helped you see that you're the common denominator of all the rises and falls and all of everything that has ever happened thus far. Stop deceiving yourself. This is your consciousness talking here. Oh, poor me, woe is me, nothing good ever happens for me. That's bullshit, and you fucking know it. That's where the deception comes in. That's where it is that we deceive ourselves. Oh, I can never have enough. Oh, I can never have that. Remember what the first card said? It talked about the postcard from Spirit. It talked about like not looking at what everyone else has, not looking at, and just focusing on what it is that you want. Stop being distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. I really get that here. I think in the past, maybe you've wasted a lot of time focusing on what other people had and not really focusing on your own journey, and maybe even being jealous of other people's journeys. Oh, well, they always get this, and they always get that. You don't know what the fuck they're dealing with on an internal level. So this reading is asking you, and I do see that. I see you have a lot of potential. I see you have a lot of heart. But maybe sometimes you allow your emotions to run you. And guess what? Your emotions, they can run you into the ground sometime. They can be overwhelming. Look at that waterfall pouring right out of that picture. I feel like, in the past, this was like like a prison of your own making. It's a prison of your own making. And it's in your mind. Maybe you assume too much. I like this overall energy being increase. I want to read it. So it's a cycle, and maybe it's your time. You are coming up. I see this as a good thing. For some of you, maybe, this is a great achievement. I feel like you're, there's, maybe you use crystals, crystal therapy, maybe even. I feel like there's a reason for all of this. It's part of the cycles, and it's part of our journey. Where is that? Why is it not showing me? Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. So we got increase, cycle of expanding energy. You don't want to expand on the victim mentality. We don't want to do that, okay? Because it's sitting right next to it. We don't want to expand on deception and lies and gossip and bullshit. What I want you guys to expand on is just more love in your present moments, more love in your life, just like this loving woman here. A road to a beautiful estate is lined with flowers and bright crystals on each side. This heralds a time of great growth for you. Perhaps you will be increasing the size of your family or your business, or you may be thinking of buying real estate, starting a building project, or making some investments. If any of these things is on your mind, now is the time to investigate your options and take action. The cycles in your life have led you to a wonderful time of increase. While it's true that the expansion may come from a sudden windfall, like an inheritance or a stock paying off, it is more likely that this cycle could call for great effort. In fact, planning, energy, and attention may be required to make the expansion complete. Be willing to jump into the activity with enthusiasm. Lay the groundwork and make your plans. Your close attention will ensure that this expansion moves in a very beneficial direction. You know what? I think for some of you, you want to increase your family. I think that you want to increase your finances. I think that you want to increase all these things, but you've had this victim mentality. I feel like, it's like you're so used to poor people problems that you don't even know what to do with rich people problems. Maybe for some of you, it's like you want to expand. There's some deception. There's something here trying to keep you from this loving woman, keeping for the two of you guys from increasing your finances, becoming a power couple even. Maybe you're already married and you have a very loving wife or girlfriend or, long-term partner that you've been with. But it's like, listen, let me say something to you. If you ever have to gossip about the person that you're with or the person that you're seeing, you probably should never be with that person. If you can go out and talk about that person to other people, remember that. Because whatever goes on between the two of you should be between the two of you, okay? I do feel like there is a loving woman here, regardless. Now, whether this is you or someone that is helping you through all of this, or maybe this man over here, he believed in some type of gossip that kept him separated from this loving woman, kept him away from expanding on this relationship. Because, you got the cycle over here and you got the loving woman over here. And what do you have between those? You have the victim mentality. Oh, I could never have someone like her or him. It is a general reading, so this could be a him. It does show up as a her, and that shows up as a him. Vice versa, I don't give a shit, okay? Whatever that is, there was gossip that kept the two of these apart. Other people gossiping about your relationship, that's black magic. Be careful who you tell your problems to, because not everybody is as forgiving as you. And sometimes it's just a cycle in your relationship. But now what you've done is you've gone out, you've talked to everybody else about it. Everybody else got to put in their 2 cents. And you lost a really loving woman. Let's see what Spirit has to say about this. All right, what is the advice in this, Spirit? Please show me the advice. What do we got here? Joy and contentment. So it's like really... getting back to the finer things in life, getting back to the simple things in life. What makes you happy? What makes you joyful? Ease and grace. It kind of looks like they're a couple, doesn't it? the way that they're sitting there. I see them as a couple. Ease and grace. Just be easy on yourself right now. That's what this is saying. I feel like this is not for nothing. I feel like all of this is coming to a head for a reason. Be careful of other people who are trying to get you off your track. That's what happens when we're being, catapulted in a certain direction. What ends up happening is other people come in and try to, and they'll even come to you and tell you, hey, I don't think you should be doing that. I think you should be doing this and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, regardless, you're going to get to your final destination. You're going to get to that relationship. You're going to get to that, that job or that, home that you've always wanted. You're going to get to all of those things, but it's like, enjoy the journey. There was a time where you wished that you were exactly where you are right now. So with that being the way that we're going to have to maneuver this, I'm going to be honest with you. The best thing for you to do is take some time, take some rest. Maybe it's time for you to rest. Maybe you guys are exhausted. I feel like maybe for some of you, you might even have insomnia because whatever this is keeping you awake at night. And I don't, always, be careful with the deception because, people can steal a lot more from you than just your physical material belongings, right? Your money and your stuff. They can steal your time. They can steal your energy. They can steal your love. Okay. And then they had no plans on ever giving it back to you. They just wanted you in the moment. And they had no plans. And that's because of whatever they've gone through in their past. That's nothing against you. It doesn't mean that you no longer wear your heart on your sleeve. It doesn't mean that you no longer, you're never going to find love. You know what? Half the time, it was funny. Okay, here's an example of like never judge a book by its cover. Never look at somebody's Facebook and go, wow, they have it so good. I was walking down the street with a client a few years ago, and I was like, we were talking about Facebook and the appearance of like something that people could be jealous of. And all of a sudden it happened like right in front of us. And I was able to pinpoint this guy and this girl were totally fighting, walking down Elite Drive. It's such a beautiful day too. And they were going at it and she was just being very bitchy. And all of a sudden, to shut her up, he literally turns around and goes, say cheese. And he goes to take a picture of her. And all of a sudden, she went into this cheese moment, right? And then as soon as he put the camera down, they went back to fighting. And I looked at my my client and I was like, I said, exactly that. I said, they're going to post that picture on Facebook. And all of a sudden, everybody's going to be like, wow, she always gets everything good. And, all the good stuff always happens to her. And they look so happy when really deep down inside, she makes him miserable. Thank you, Spirit. She makes him miserable. So, yeah, I mean, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. So, keep that in mind too. That's why it's saying never pay attention to what somebody else is doing. Just keep yourself focused on what it is that you want. Stop, if you're falling in love, don't tell anybody. If you are, whatever it is that you're doing, do it and then tell people, because then they can't put their negative energy on whatever it is that you're doing. And that's exactly what this is, to make you believe that you can't do it. And that's all bullshit. If you have a thought or an idea to do something, it's because Spirit downloaded that thought and that idea, not because you conjured it out of thin air. That's not how this works, guys. They're the ones who download it to us. That's why breathing is so important, so that they can download through that crown chakra, through that third eye chakra, and all of a sudden, boom, you're like, wow, I should go and do this. That didn't come from you. That came from Spirit. But then what happens is your ego gets involved. Well, what if, and what if, and what if, and what if somebody's better than me? What if, you're not in fucking competition. At the end of the day, people aren't buying your services. They're buying your energy. They're investing in your energy. It's an exchange of energy. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. So keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, I'm going to leave that here. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel. I love you guys all so very much. And we will chat again soon. Take care.